Someone asked online, "It's known that Adam and Eve were created by God and not reincarnated. Their children were born of Eve and not created by God. So, who were reincarnated as their children? Since Adam and Eve didn't die, it was impossible for them to be reincarnated as their own children. With the current world population of billions of people, who were they reincarnated from? And why does the world population keep increasing?"
Ignorant people, you should know that Adam and Eve were creatures, not the Creator. They cannot create life. All living beings in the world are created by God, and every soul is made by God. Adam and Eve cannot create souls because they themselves were created beings. The genetic DNA of all species is also set by God. How could Adam and Eve create DNA? God said to Moses, "I am who I am," indicating that God has always existed and is not a created being. Actually, time and space are also created by God. God is beyond time and space, beyond all dimensions of life. As the transcendent God, He created the souls of all dimensional beings. From the perspective of dimensional beings, there is a past, present, and future, as well as time and space. Therefore, from the perspective of these dimensional beings, God is eternal, and all souls are also eternal. In the very beginning, all beings were in heaven, and everything was good. They were all high-dimensional beings. At that time, there was no earth or anything on earth. Due to their lack of wisdom, they became greedy and indulged in pleasure. As a result, God created the earth and everything on it. These beings then fell to earth to undergo reincarnations and experienced a decrease in their dimensions. Originally, the souls of Adam and Eve were also in heaven. God created their physical bodies and set their DNA. Adam and Eve initially resided in the Garden of Eden. However, due to their lack of wisdom, they became greedy and indulged in pleasure. As a result, they were expelled by God from the Garden of Eden. In the middle of the garden were the tree of the knowledge of good and evil and its fruits. After eating the fruits, one's discursive thoughts, as well as afflictions such as greed, pride, jealousy, and anger, will grow. This is just a symbolic representation. The children of Adam and Eve are also the reincarnation of fallen beings from heaven. The good and bad deeds of every living being are accurately stored in their own souls. When they die, their good and bad deeds will determine where they go. Whether they go to heaven or hell or become animals is the result of their own actions. Christ said, "I did not come to judge you, but to save you." The very word which I spoke will condemn you and repay you according to what you have done.